Couple carried out a monstrous attack where they cut open a man's body so that he could see his intestines and said they would remove his heart. A court heard. John Hamblin and Jessica Wyndham were found guilty of attempted murder after they cut open Paul Binks as he slept in a horrific ordeal, reported Chronicle Live. Mr. Binks woke up in Wyndham's flat in North Shields to find his intestines sticking out and said he was then throttled with a phone charger before being put in a bath while being told he was going to be drowned, Newcastle Crown Court heard. He was eventually allowed to leave and went bleeding heavily to a shocked couple's home in the early hours of the morning who tried to help him before an ambulance arrived. Mr. Binks was apparently attacked for sharing a rumor with Hamblin that pornographic model Wyndham was a grass, which he said he did to warn him to be. John Hamblin, pictured, along with Jessica Wyndham, has been remanded in custody ahead of sentencing. Image, Newcastle Chronicle WS. Hamblin, of Sterling Drive, North Shields and Wyndham, of Stanley Street West, North Shields were both found guilty of attempted murder with jurors needing just half an hour to convict them. They were remanded in custody and warned they face substantial prison sentences once pre-sentence reports have been compiled. Speaking after the hearing, Acting Detective Chief Inspector Jill Hall said, Hamblin and Wyndham's treatment of their victim was inhuman. It was a monstrous attack against a man who believed he was safe and secure in the company of friends. I want to thank the victim for his bravery throughout. No prison sentences will ever take away the pain of what's happened, but I hope this guilty verdict gives him some comfort knowing that his attackers have been brought to justice and will be made to pay for their vile actions. Thank you also to the couple who took in the victim in his hour of need and assisted him until paramedics arrived. The victim saw the very worst in humanity that day, but also some of the very best when these strangers rushed to his aid. The court heard that Hamblin, 41, was staying with Wyndham, 20, and Mr. Binks, who is in his 30s, was spending time with them for about 2 weeks last September. Before the attack, drinking and taking drugs. Mr. Binks told police he had left the flat on the night of September 10 to buy drugs, and when he told his dealer he was staying at Wyndham's home, the dealer told him she was a grass and had got lads in trouble in the past for things that were not substantiated. Jurors at Newcastle Crown Court took just an hour and a half to find the couple guilty. Image, Newcastle Chronicle. At Wyndham's home, Mr. Binks told Hamblin in an attempt to warn him, but prosecutors said it caused mortal offense and provoked a savage and cowardly response. Hamblin and Wyndham told Mr. Binks they were going to bed and he thinks he dozed off on a sofa. He then remembers coming round feeling confused and weak on the floor. I said, "What's going on? Why am I on the floor?" John said, "You've been stabbed." I was confused. I said, "Who stabbed me like?" And he said, me. I've cut your heart out. You are going to die, Mr. Binks said. I looked down and pulled my top up and there was a tube, my intestine. I was trying to push it back in. I remember him trying to go for my throat and I put my hand up. He was standing over me with a knife. I couldn't understand. I thought I was dreaming. I started thinking I'm badly injured here. I was bleeding. Jess was mopping up the blood. There was a bit of flesh. I thought it was my liver. I was in a dream-like state. It was so surreal. Jess took the bit of flesh off me and put it in the bucket. Jess said, "We've got your heart out, it's in the bucket." He continued, "I had no strength at all, my guts were hanging out. I think I went into survival mode. I remember thinking, I'm not dying here, I need to." Mr. Binks claimed Wyndham said, it's done, you're dead, it's over, you're dead." He added, "I honestly thought he was going to kill me. I could see a different man there, it was not the John I had known." He said Hamblin tried to slash him again and he said, no, ho way. He added, "I remember thinking, he is going to kill me, and, I'm dying," while claiming Wyndham didn't seem bothered at all, and was cleaning up. At one point, she is claimed to have said, "That's what you get for calling me a grass." Mr. Binks said Wyndham was even trying to wind me up by putting music on, saying they were the last songs he was going to hear. Wyndham is claimed to have said, "You're a goner, no one is going to see you again." Mr. Binks stated, "My family started going through my head. I started thinking, you are dying, this is it, this is how it happens." He went on, "I can't get my head round the level of violence." He said Hamblin then put a phone charger around his neck and tightened it with his foot on his back, to the point he heard it creaking, and then put him in the. John put the hot water on and said he was going to drown me. I said, "No, no, don't drown me, it's one of my worst fears." I said, "Just stab me." He said, "It's dead, peaceful man, you will be alright, you are going to die anyway, you might as well have a peaceful death," said Mr. Binks. Then Wyndham supposedly complained her gas was being wasted on you by using hot water, so swapped it to running the cold tap, but Mr. Binks pulled the plug out and begged for his life, saying he didn't want to die. He said Hamblin told him he was basically already dead, and said he was going to chop me up and put me all over North Tyneside. After promising not to tell anyone what they had done, he was eventually told he could leave. Mr. Binks said, "I was gurgling, spitting out blood. I asked him to help me up. He said I couldn't go unless I got myself out of the bath. He said a surge of adrenaline helped him get out, and he was keeping hold of my guts to keep them inside his body." Mr. Binks suffered 7 separate knife wounds, including to his ear, chest, back and arm, and one of them had gone into his liver. He also had a compression injury to his neck consistent with the charging cable being used as a ligature. The air ambulance arrived and he had no pulse on the way to